Hi, I'm Fred.
And I'm Sarah, aka the Paris Quiz Mistress.
We're two friends addicted to trivia, and we're
rewatching
Alias.
But this is not an Alias podcast. Every episode, we play general knowledge trivia on a theme.
5 quiz questions for you to play along.
And the iconic early 2000s spy thriller show starring Jennifer Garner
Doesn't really matter.
Because this is
not an Alias podcast.
We are back for another episode. Hello, Fred.
Hello, Sarah.
I realized something because I don't know if the folks know that we, in fact, have a tip jar.
Yes, very important.
It's very important. And I realized because our podcast has such an excellent user experience and everyone leaves before the end, if you don't want to hear about the television show, which this podcast is not about, but we do mention
that at the end, in the outro, there is a tip jar in the description of the episode.
Yes.
If you want to support our little podcast.
Yes, we are currently operating at a loss for you, dear listeners. Is it tax deductible? I don't know. Try. I would say it's worth the risk of tax fraud. Toss us a couple bucks if you enjoy what you hear. And then we'll be able to support this habit of ours.
Yeah, and go for the whole 5 seasons of Alias. There's a lot of Alias podcasts coming, which...
It's not an Alias podcast. Shh.
Who could that be?
Someone just snuck in.
Somebody just snuck into our recording session.
You snuck into my room to record this recording session.
Would you like to introduce yourself, dear guest?
So, yeah, you've invited me on as a guest on your show. I sound so British.
That's true. And the bad guys are British, so...
Of course they are.
A lot of them.
Of course they are.
So we invited an antagonist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, yeah, I'm your friend and you invited me onto your podcast, which is fun.
Who are you?
I'm Luke, from Luke's English Podcast.
Wow.
Which obviously everyone knows, right?
Exactly. What's your podcast about?
It's for learning English. It's for learners of English around the world.
Very
and
nice.
I talk about pretty much anything at length. So if people are looking for English words, then I have plenty coming out of my mouth most of the time. And they can just listen to my podcast in order to hear them all. I had never seen Alias before, in my life. I was aware of it. I'd seen the DVDs.
On the shelf?
On the shelf of the DVD shops that used to exist.
The covers with the wigs.
Exactly. And I thought, oh, yeah, there's a thing with Jennifer Garner in it. But I'd never actually seen it. And then, you started this podcast and, I never expected to be watching Alias. But because you started doing this, I was obliged to do it. And did I watch episodes 1 through 18? No. Instead, you made me watch episode 19, episode 20, and episode 21.
Yes. Yeah. We've got Luke for 3 whole episodes. Woo-hoo.
So I've got no idea what is going on. I mean, I'm normally fairly confused anyway, but watching Alias from episode 19 was, extremely disorientating.
So I'm confused. I've seen it probably 6 times entirely.
What, the whole 5 seasons?
Well, for reasons that will become clear, you usually stop around mid-season 3.
Yeah, okay. Is that where they jump the shark?
There's a bit of a shark jump.
Uh-huh.
Which is...
I cannot wait.
But this is not an Alias podcast. This is terrible. This is very off-brand.
Why are we talking about Alias? I don't understand.
I don't know. It's only going to last 60 more seconds, though, because, Luke, we're going to ask you kindly to give us your best catch-up for the episode 19. Go now.
Okay, so Sydney shags Noah. That's a British expression. And then she escapes from some Russian baddies. Metal Gear Solid style balloon extraction. And then her scrambler blows up a car for no reason. K Department have employed a snowman to kill Kazanov. And I don't know why that's bad. Beyond the obvious conspiracy to commit murder and the poor choice of assassin. Don't use a snowman. Like, what are they doing? Sydney's CIA boss, Vaughn, is too young. And he tells Sydney all about the snowman just as an excuse to see her, I think. Her flatmates, including Bradley Cooper and a less successful actress, are suspicious about her because she keeps disappearing and looking off into the distance. Noah wants Sydney to run away with him and live on a beach, but he clearly hasn't seen the Bourne Supremacy because it hasn't been made yet. Sydney is like
10 seconds.
Oh, God. Stuff happens, and Vaughn goes to Bogota to learn about the Snowman, who should be called the Iceman or Ice Pick Man. Don't know why they called him Snowman, just because he uses an ice pick. And J.J. Abrams is annoying because he's just keeping everything secret, and I think that nothing actually means anything. Because it's J.J. Abrams. And then she kills her boyfriend. She kills him by accident, which is better than straight murder. And ultimately, it's a good thing that she didn't agree to run away to that beach with him because he's dead and because of her. That's it.
Yes. Well, he's dead because of him, because he was an assassin.
But it didn't help that she shoved him into a knife.
All right, so with all of that nonsense, do you think I wrote you a Frosty the Snowman quiz or what?
What do you think, Fred? What's the quiz about?
Maybe famous snowman? I don't know.
That's a good one.
I know Sarah a bit, and there's mention of Tuvalu, which is in the South Pacific. So I was like, South Pacific musical?
So I decided to write a mystery theme quiz.
Oh. For what reason? Because the whole thing's a mystery.
Right. This does have a climax. This one.
Okay.
There will be a satisfying ending. Basically, I'm going to ask you, Fred, and you, Luke, to play as a team this 5-question quiz, for which the last question will be, what is the link? What is the mystery theme?
Oh, she's good at this, isn't she, Fred?
She's very
not
good.
Only does she come up with a list of questions, they all link up together. You should have been given J.J. Abrams' job.
Right?
Because that's the thing he doesn't do. He just leaves all the strings all loose at the end. And we are the ones who have to make it all connect.
I didn't know this would be a J.J. Abrams hit job, but
Well, you know.
This is not a J.J. Abrams podcast either.
True, yeah. Okay, so what are the questions?
All right. Well, here we go. Mystery theme question number 1. Something that is difficult to find can be compared to looking for what object in a haystack?
Oh, I think I've got it. I mean, I found the answer, even though metaphorically it was difficult. I found it. Did
Exactly. Yeah. That could be featured on your podcast, maybe.
A needle in a haystack.
Yes, exactly. I agree. Needle, number 1.
That is correct.
Remember, there's a theme, so needle, put it somewhere.
Little reminder as well, don't do sewing when you're sitting on a huge pile of hay. Has anyone ever done that?
I'm sure someone has.
Hence the expression, it was done enough
Yeah.
for people to use that expression regularly.
Very inconvenient. Number 2. In 1971, civil engineer Herbert Saphir and meteorologist Robert Simpson developed a scale to measure what phenomenon with 5 distinct categories classed by wind speed.
See, my stupid brain is thinking of something body related. It's not farting speed, is it?
With a meteorologist?
Well, a lot of movement of air, wind, gas,
The storm in your stomach. No. Okay, meteorology, wind speed, scale of 5. I think we have a large phenomenon type thing going on. Maybe the Atlantic Ocean. I would say hurricanes.
Would you like to confer with your teammate?
That's the...
I've no idea. So I'm...
Because you hear sometimes category 1 to 5 with storms and
Category 1 to
whatnot.
5 hurricanes. Okay.
It's like category... Or maybe tropical... I don't know. Tropical storms, something of the kind.
Cyclones. No, what you said about category 1 to 5 hurricanes sounds about right.
So I don't know, like if hurricane is like a type of storm, you know what I mean? Like, so
I mean, I can keep conferring, but
yeah.
I
would go
don't know.
I would go with hurricane.
Okay, then.
Hurricane is correct.
Ooh.
Well done, Fred.
Ooh, ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding. Let's move along to question number 3. Which singer, actor, and member of Frank Sinatra's Rat Pack helped break the race barrier of the segregated entertainment industry? He famously kissed the bigoted character Archie Bunker on the cheek in a 1973 episode of All in the Family.
How is this related to mystery? Is it because no one knows the answer? Is that... No, I do.
The
we
theme
do know
isn't mystery.
No?
It's a mystery theme.
We have to figure out the theme. You have to take all the answers.
Oh, I understand. I was like thinking it was all about going to be like Sherlock Holmes and Agatha
Oh, no.
Christie.
The
and
theme
stuff.
isn't mystery.
The
Right.
theme is not mystery.
The theme is mysterious.
It is a mystery
I understand.
what the theme is.
See, because when you say the theme is a mystery, then I assume that the mystery is a theme as well. But no,
It's my fault. As a teammate, I should have helped
help
you
me
along.
out. Anyway, the answer is Sammy Davis Jr., isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Next question. Number 4. Which fictional antagonist rules his army of trolls, orcs, and urukai, which are like super orcs, from the Tower of Barad-dûr?
Oh, that pesky. What's his name again? Fred?
White-haired fella.
No, the other one. No, the one. I see you. Him. The eye. Big guy in a suit of armor.
That's him?
Yeah, the guy
Barad-dûr?
who puts all of his power into a ring and then just wears it openly on his finger.
What's the
Sauron.
what's the tower of
Barad-dûr. No, the Saruman's tower is Orthanc in
So I'll say Sauron as well.
Sauron.
Correct.
Sorry, Sauron.
Correct and nerd alert. But, this is a trivia podcast. And question 5. What do the 4 previous answers have in common?
Okay, so I do not have it, so we're gonna have to figure it
Just
out.
recap. Sauron, Sammy Davis Jr.,
Hurricane,
Hurricanes.
Needle.
Needles. Oh, for a moment I thought Neil Young because Needle and Hurricane, because he got 2 songs with those words in the title. But I don't think he wrote a song called Sammy Davis Jr.
Oh, wait.
Sammy Davis Jr. was a good dancer. No,
We
that's never happened.
have to maybe try to find something in that episode, Snowman, that could explain.
Yeah, that would be helpful. It's gettable without, but
Yeah. Wait, what's up with Sauron?
He's, the big eye
A big eye.
that needs a ring.
Ring.
He's looking for a ring. He, I don't
Has
know.
a tower.
Tower. Yeah.
Needle. Hurricane. Sammy Davis Jr.
What's he doing in there? I mean, the Needle, the
Yeah.
Hurricane, and Sauron
Well,
are
yeah.
but Sammy Davis Jr., what's he doing in there?
Sammy? Just Sammy? Davis?
Jr.?
what do the Needle, the Hurricane, and Sauron have in common?
Needle, Hurricane, and Sauron. They're all bad things. Like if you spike yourself with a needle, you get caught in a hurricane, you meet Sauron, they're all pretty
If you
bad.
spike yourself with a Sauron, it's like, oof,
Yeah.
that hurts.
The Tower of Barad-dûr, if you get spiked on that, oh dear.
Oh dear.
Bye.
I have an extra question, which I thought might have been too obvious to the theme, but I'm not sure. Do you want the extra question?
I think we need it, right?
Okay. So bonus question. What Matt Groening character is the least mutated sewer mutant in the history of 31st century Earth?
This is a Futurama question, isn't it, Fred?
Yeah, least mutated. Oh, is it the main guy?
What's his name again?
Bill?
Okay, we're not Futurama fans.
No. But is it the main guy?
No, it's the girl.
The one who's got
Oh, purple hair?
1 or 3 eyes.
Ah. Okay. I think I got it.
Cyclops. They're all Cyclopses. How many eyes did Sammy Davis
No,
Jr. have?
it's yeah, but I don't get what Sammy Davis Jr. comes.
Did he have 1 eye? Did he have a glass eye? Was he a Cyclops?
Did he had a fake eye? But I mean,
I mean-
I think we can agree that the theme is eye. Like eye of a needle.
Yes.
Eye of the
a
hurricane. Eye of
the Eye of
Sauron.
Sauron. The Eye of Sammy Davis Jr.
Junior?
He did sing I a lot. I did this and I... No, that's Frank Sinatra.
He winked a lot.
And Leela has one eye.
Yeah.
Yes. One eye. One eye.
One eye. So Sammy Davis Jr. must have had one eye. He must have had a glass eye.
Must have.
Must have.
Yes, he did. That is the theme. You got there.
Wow.
Took a long time, but we got there in the end.
There was the guy that met the snowman with the ice pick who had one eye in Bogota.
Chriselle.
Chriselle.
Is this an Alias podcast?
Is
Oh,
this turning
dear.
into... I mean, if we have to explain who had one eye where, I think first we should...
They're already gone.
I think I know who you mean. He was in silhouette.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he was like too disfigured.
He had the worst face you've ever seen.
Ah, because he got cut up by a snowman. The snowman.
Exactly. So do you want to get into it?
Yeah, but anyway, one eye was your mystery theme.
Yes. Not Agatha Christie.
No, I was thinking maybe Poirot questions or...
Yeah, no. You were...
I was way off. I mean, I would not make a good detective.
It was hard to find a celebrity with actually one eye. A lot of people blind in one eye. Teddy Roosevelt, but I really wanted someone with one eye.
But I want to know your general impressions of Alias, Luke.
Yep. Give it to us.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, I can vent my frustrations about J.J. Abrams again, but I won't. And his whole mystery box approach.
You won't even have to watch the whole thing. Don't get bogged down
I know,
into
but
that.
I know what the trick is. That it's like, oh, we need to find the serum, the solution, which will let us reveal the thing on a page, which then will lead us to a... What is it that they're looking for again? This...
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
that
matter.
much.
Well,
Just
the
let
thing.
yourself enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't know. I find that that bothers me a little bit. But okay. But the rest of it, I mean, one thing there's several things I enjoy. A lot of things I enjoy. One of them is the Saturday morning cartoon sound effects that arrive when they have a fight. Mm-hmm. It's literally like the sound effects are hilarious, and the gun sounds as well. It's like, what is this, Saturday morning TV for kids? Wonderful sound effects
For adults.
You're an audio guy, so
Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah,
It's a mood. Alias is definitely a mood.
I think there are some either homages to classic action scenes from films or direct rip-offs of those moments. For example, in this one,
There was the airplane extraction from the motorcycle off
Skyhook.
a cliff.
which, to be fair, they did
Incredible.
before Batman did it.
Yeah.
Because I think Batman The Dark Knight is the more sort of famous, high-profile example of that.
With a real plane.
Oh, yeah, well done. Christopher Nolan used a real plane. You know, in Alias, Christopher Nolan, they did that, but much cheaper.
Exactly.
And it was just as cool.
Exactly.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, okay, they did that with a real plane in Batman. Well done, Batman.
We don't care about Batman here.
No. There's that. Yeah, it's good fun.
There's a section with the active noise cancellation. You can just see the guy in the editing room just like turning off the sound.
Yeah, I felt like
You
they
don't hear anything.
they went with the sound cancelling thing because it was just easier to make a TV show with no sound for 3 minutes. So exactly, the audio guy was like just having a break, going out for
Maybe he was on strike.
maybe.
But then it became a plot element when Noah couldn't hear her as
Yeah,
she
he
was
just turns
falling.
his back.
It's like typey.
It's like, yeah, she's fine, dangling over an extremely dangerous thing, which I don't even know what it was. Was that a modem? Was that what like internet connections used to look like? A huge, like you had to store it in a warehouse, and she's
It
got
was
her.
a hard drive, no?
It was a hard drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're still
Okay.
storing our internet in warehouses.
Yeah, I
Luke.
know. Yeah, I know. But yeah, and then she had a dongle, which she had. You remember dongles, internet Wi-Fi dongles? Do you call them dongles?
I guess so.
In America.
I know the word dongle.
Yeah, she dangled a dongle. She was dangled over a hard drive, and she dangled a dongle. and Noah was just like, yeah, fine, she's fine. And he started doing, what was he doing? Surfing the internet.
He was uploading the from the dongle.
Right. And so he had to keep watching that percentage bar. Because as we all know, from whenever you're uploading or downloading anything, you can only watch the percentage bar.
Yes.
You can't look away, make a cup of tea. You've got to just stare at the percentage bar until it's completed. Obviously the heavy Mission Impossible element here with the dangling and the with. I mean, like in Mission Impossible, he can't touch any surfaces, right?
Exactly.
I think in this one they can't make any noises, and there's dangling that goes wrong. And I was just thinking, was this? Again, I'm back to J.J. Abrams. Was this his audition for Mission Impossible 3? Like, look, I can do it too.
I didn't even know J.J. Abrams directed that.
This is not a Mission Impossible podcast.
Either.
We do have an actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
true.
our corrections section. So we have to make a slight correction based on some episode 17 banter, talking about everyone's favorite Nepo baby, Michael Vartan.
Boo.
Is the actor's name. Sylvie Vartan is actually his aunt, not his mom.
Exactly.
Still a Nepo baby.
So you think he's not the greatest actor? Is this the thing?
Oh, no, it's not about Vartan, it's about Vaughn. I don't like Vaughn at all.
Oh.
I actually boo him at the beginning of every episode when he's introduced.
Why don't you like Vaughn? You don't like the way he's got like 3 little creases in his forehead, just above his eyes, in the middle?
He's
Is
very
that it?
unprofessional.
Seems
and
ageist.
Very unprofessional.
Well, I mean, I accused him of being too young earlier on, so
That's also ageist.
You're going in both
I want him
directions.
to be exactly in the middle, please. I only accept people who are exactly the right age for any situation.
No, I mean, he's just like, he's, as I said before, he's a bit of a tool, a bit of a boob. It's not my, compared to like the other characters, especially Dad, I'm much more of a Jack Bristow kind of guy, you know. Which, by the way, in this episode is going through things.
Poor Jack.
So we'll say goodbye.
Yes.
And we'll see you for episode 20.
Yeah,
Luke.
thanks for including me for episode 19. I don't know what's going on, but
Yes.
I'm enjoying it.
Thanks for listening to Not an Alias podcast, produced by Celia Brondeau with original music by Mad98.
If you love what we do, leave us a tip. The link to the tip jar is in the description.
And you can follow all things trivia at Paris Quiz Mistress.
And all things Fred at Fred Me Up.
Until next time.
Stay nerdy and keep quizzing.